Welcome back to Jealous Podcast. Erin,
Woohoo.
how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. We just had a really great interview.
You guys are going to love it.
You're going to love it. It was inspiring, informative, educational.
Pull on your heartstrings.
Yes, I don't zoom in because I was definitely tearing up, or do, because I think you'll probably feel emotional
Inspired.
too. Definitely inspired. Yeah. So before we roll into our podcast with Jess, who are you jealous of this week?
Well, Jess got me thinking about every single person that lives in California, and they get this exact weather year round. I am jealous of anyone that can go sit on a patio or ride their bike or go to garage sales year round.
You don't like snow at Christmas, though?
I could take a ski trip.
Okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Well, I'm jealous of you because of your adventure last weekend, mushroom hunting.
Oh, yeah.
And so jealous, in fact, that I'm going this weekend.
You are?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think this weather and the rain that we've had, they're definitely be popping up
perfect conditions.
Keokuk County, Iowa. And you're from Keokuk.
That's where you go?
Yes, Keokuk County. That's where I'm from.
Is it not the weirdest thing that Keokuk is not in Keokuk County?
Yeah.
It's a little different.
There's a lot of
Chief
those
Keokuk?
here in, Yeah. He's our man.
Yeah,
He's our man. He's our beacon.
This is why we connect.
Yeah, definitely.
Chief Keokuk.
Yeah, our bond is over Chief Keokuk. So yeah, I am excited for that. I hope, fingers crossed, no ticks crawl into my hair. I heard you had one.
I did.
Visit you the other
middle of the night.
Erin, that is a nightmare.
Horrible.
Was it attached?
No, it was crawling. That's why I woke up. It was crawling on my neck. And I panicked because you don't know what I thought it was a spider. Which I
told you the night before. I had a dream that Leah from here was like, "You have a spider on your nose."
And then I thought it was a snake in my bed because Leah's like, "There's snakes in the bed."
We need to chill out
a
little bit. We need to stop.
So then I could not sleep because every time my blanket touched me wrong, I thought I had a tick.
How did you dispose of the tick?
You have to flush them,
You
right?
have to either flush them or light them on fire.
Decided not to light them on fire.
Have you ever lit them on fire?
No, I've never heard of that.
Okay, maybe.
Tell me
Hopefully
more.
No one from PETA is listening, but I hope anyone from PETA is listening doesn't take the side of ticks because ticks suck. They don't have any redeeming qualities.
I don't understand.
No. All right. Well, you guys, again, enjoy this episode. Jess Mitchell, she's a badass.
Yeah, we're really excited about this one.
We are. Enjoy it. Bye.
Bye.
We are going. Cool.
Okay.
Are you ready? Should we say a prayer real quick?
Probably.
That the devil doesn't take
it's
over.
Friday.
It is Friday. The devil could take over at any point.
You know, actually, really quick, Kyle was like, "Oh, are you hungry?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm really hungry." He's like, "Let's get Chinese food." I'm like, "Yeah." Then he's like, "Oh, but I'm not really hungry right now, so can we wait like an hour?" And I'm like, No, I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
And so then he finally went and picked up food an hour and a half later, and I was like, "You just saved your conversation with the devil," because I was about to, jump you.
You can't bring up
Food.
the topic of food
And then tell you it's going to be at a later date.
No.
I was really hungry.
Yeah. So you got your Chinese.
I did.
What did you get? Where'd you get it from?
I got beef fried rice from Asian cuisine.
Oh
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Some egg rolls.
Oh yeah. You have to.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess crab rangoons or egg rolls.
Rangoons.
Rangoons. RANGOON.
That's how it's spelled.
Rangoons.
I don't know. I think egg rolls are the way.
I think so too.
I agree.
Yeah. I could agree. Well, now that we got that out of the way.
Our first question.
Welcome back to Jealous Podcast. Wow. We're on a roll. We've got a good one today. She brought it. Look at her pink blazer if you're watching, I guess. Mm-hmm. If you're not, you're just going to take my word for it. It is pink. It is popping. We're loving it. It's a Friday afternoon. The sun is finally shining in Waukee, Iowa. Damn, it's good.
It is good.
And we have Erin, too.
I'm the extra.
No. So we have Jess Mitchell here with us today, and we have so much to talk to you about. But before we start asking you the questions, I just want you to introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Jess, and I'm a brewer at Kinship, and I'm a breast cancer survivor and from California. Now here I am in Iowa. So.
Iowa.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful state of Iowa.
Do you like it?
I
Are you
love
being
it.
sarcastic?
No, I love it. There's no traffic.
None.
That's true.
No one's honking at you all the time. Like, I don't want to be honked at.
I don't want to be honked at unless it's like, beep, beep, hey, you look good. And that doesn't happen.
Say I've never had that.
Let's say I'm not getting honked at very often or ever. So, Erin, why are you jealous of Jess? Why is she sitting here at our table today?
Yeah, I guess I'm just jealous that you get to work in the field of, craft brew. And this time of the year, you just want to be on a patio drinking. Like, this is the exciting time for beers and everything you guys are doing for Waukee and Kinship. And I think it's just really exciting.
Yeah, it's an exciting job. I'm pretty lucky, honestly, to work for Kinship because they're very flexible with our ideas on beers and events. So it's been truly an honor to work for them. So I'm excited.
And you get to be creative. And
I have a very creative side at Kinship, so which a lot of people don't get that opportunity at a brewery. So it's really nice. So
very cool. So for those of you listening who may not know or be familiar with Kinship, first of all, you're hiding under a rock. You must be under a rock because it is new but growing crazy. So explain what Kinship is and how you landed there.
Yeah, so Kinship is primarily a lager brewery at this time. We do other beers like a West Coast IPA or session IPAs, but we have a huge tap room with a huge production facility, dog park, eventually an outside bar. We're working on a phase 2, which is exciting, and it's just a really big area to have family gatherings and stuff, which is nice. And I landed at Kinship because my boyfriend and I were from California, and during the pandemic, both of our breweries had shut down for good. And so we decided that California just wasn't for us anymore, and we looked on, it's called Brewbound, and it's a brewery website that kind of shows the news or job postings. And my boyfriend found it, and my fiance now.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. But he found the job posting and reached out to Zach. And then I was like, hi, I know we're together, but here's my resume too. And he was like, yeah, let's do it. And
both of you.
Yeah. So,
oh my gosh, package deal.
Yeah. So this happened 2 years ago last month.
Oh man.
Before we were even built.
Before you were even built.
Yeah.
So he knew, like he just something in you guys. He just knew.
And you just picked up and moved here from California. And
yeah, we moved here in October 2020.
Oh my gosh. So you were born and raised in California?
100%.
And just off to Iowa.
Yeah. I had never been to Iowa before.
What did your family say when you told them?
Yeah.
They were kind of shocked. They're like, really, Iowa?
Iowa?
And then we get that question.
You mean Idaho?
Yeah.
Yeah. My gosh.
They grow a lot of potatoes.
Yeah,
in
the
Iowa.
potato state.
Everyone asks us that, like, how's Idaho? And I'm like, I don't know. I must be nice over there, though. I have no idea how Idaho is.
Never even been to Idaho.
Great.
And then, like, the other one's like Ohio. And I'm like, don't know. Never been there. So, but yeah, our family was excited for us, but they were definitely like, are you going to be okay? Like, this is a really big adjustment. And I haven't looked back since.
Oh my gosh.
I haven't
you're happy with the decision you made.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that makes us feel good.
It does.
We're all from Iowa originally. I think not everybody here, but a lot of us here are. So we're always happy when someone lands here and they're happy.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So you were working at a brewery. You said it shut down. That sucks. First of all, that COVID had that effect. I know it did on so many businesses, and that just sucks. There's no other way to put it. But how did you get into the world of craft brewing?
Well, that kind of goes way back to when I was going through school, and I went to school to be a firefighter. And
stop! You're making us. I know it's a theme, but you are making us jealous.
Yeah.
I went to school for graphic design.
Hey, that's amazing, though.
It's been fun.
I went to school in California for firefighting and EMT. I became an EMT. And then I went and finished fire school, and you don't have to be in school to be a firefighter, but I wanted to be. And I got my degree in fire science technology. Went on to be in that field for a little bit, and then I kind of was like, is this the path that I want to take anymore? Is this the path that I want to take as a mom, if I become a mom, you know? And so my boyfriend I just keep saying boyfriend, my fiance. This is really
how new is this?
a month and a half.
Oh man, it's fresh.
Yeah,
it is fresh.
So I keep saying boyfriend. But anyways, he was brewing, and that's how I got into it. I just kind of watched him, went on my like days off to watch him, and I became a bartender first, and then I went and became a brewer. So it took a long time, but I did go to school for it.
You went to school to be a brewer then?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And how long, what is that like?
Yeah.
It's just talking about the process of, it's a lot of boring stuff in the beginning,
But
to be
it's
honest.
science. It is.
Yeah,
Scientific.
It is. It's a lot. You go through water school, and then you go through hops and barley and, you know, adjuncts and stuff like that. And then you move into, okay, how do you brew a beer? And then you finally brew a beer, and then you can that beer, and, you know, you just watch the whole process. But it was about 4 months, and my last month was ending in COVID.
Oh, of course.
So
Perfect.
I didn't get to go to my graduation, but not a big deal. But yeah, so that's how you get into it. And then you don't have to go to school for that either. It's kind of like you work your way up. And that's what I did. I started cleaning kegs at my first job, and then I became brewer there eventually, and then I moved. So
the hustle. You've got some hustle.
Yeah, I try.
Oh my gosh. So your fiance, when he was getting into it, and this is about you, not him, but was he one of those that was doing like the homebrew kits, and that's how he got into it? Or did he come into it from a completely different way?
Yeah, he didn't really, I mean, he had homebrew kits, but he didn't really use them. He learned the same way, kind of like I did, where you learn in the industry, and that's just how you do it. And so he's been doing it for 10 years now.
Oh my gosh.
And I've only been doing it for 4.
Do homebrew kits drive you nuts now?
Yeah.
Do you brew anything at home?
No. And honestly,
break this down, because I want to know your opinion, because they're everywhere.
Tell us more.
Everyone's brewing their own beer.
They are, which is amazing.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. You know, when Zach first started, and we first started with Zach with Kinship, we were home brewing with Zach in his garage.
Like, but with your own stuff. You weren't like going to northernbrewer.com.
No, we were going, his stuff. He had like a big, like, you know, those crawfish boil pots. Mm-hmm. He had like one of those, and then he had like fermenters in his basement. I mean, it was so cool. But we knew that we were having this big 30-barrel system coming eventually. And so we learned to do Kinship beer on a homebrew set with Zach originally. So
small batch.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, the thing about homebrew stuff is I can brew on a 30-barrel system where there's a million buttons and valves and whatever. But homebrew, I just can't get the hang of.
Well, it is at such a smaller scale. I mean, I feel like you have to be good in the kitchen, kind of, to do that stuff. And not to say you're not, but
there's little room for error.
There's little room for error. Do you think there's more room for error with those homebrew kits, because everything is like, it's essentially like one of those?
Is it portioned out already? The homebrew.
No.
Some of them are.
Well, yeah, some of them they come
just like it's a box, and it's like
and like you assemble and
green. Yeah, one of those.
So some of them come with like your first batch stuff, but then after that, you have to like figure out how much you need for each batch, and then it's just you have to know exactly what your temps are, and that's the beauty of our system is it tells you everything on a tablet, and you can be like, okay, well I need to up this temp or do this. But homebrew, it's like you're constantly checking with like a home thermometer, and you're like, okay, is this good? Are we boiling it? And so, it's just more.
Is this a boil? Would you consider this boil? My husband's come here, Mackenzie. Do you think that's boil? Is that a rolling boil? I'm like, I don't know.
There's a couple bubbles that are coming to the top.
I don't think it's rolling. I think it's just like a baby boil. Oh, but it all tastes pretty good.
Yeah.
But not as good as what you can get at Kinship.
I praise them though, because it's hard work. It's tedious.
It is.
Yeah.
It's cool. I wonder how many people do that and then really get into it. I don't know. I'd have to do a study.
I don't know a lot of brewers that were home brewers, to be honest.
No, you just gotta go for it. Okay. Yeah. Very interesting. So now you're at Kinship, and you're a brewer, and give me the stats there. One of
6 female brewers in Iowa. Yeah.
Very, very cool.
1 of 6.
I love that. Breaking molds.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I hope we grow to be more of a woman brewer.
Do you know, have you met any of the other women?
Yeah. So a lot of them came out for this brew that we're working on, comes out May 14th. But, I got to meet a lot of those women because we invited 22 breweries out to come to Kinship to brew a special beer. And so I got to meet 4 other ladies that
Very
are brewers.
cool.
Yeah.
Are they as cool as you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
They're pretty cool.
Awesome. Why don't we just talk about this beer then? And this will segue us into a completely different topic, but this is very important. So I want to talk about this and what's going on here.
So this is Scars Are Beautiful. It's a West Coast IPA that I brewed with 22 other breweries in the state of Iowa, which is really cool that we could get the community to come together. Not very often do we get to see other Iowan breweries because we're all so scattered, you know.
Yeah, and I feel like, is it highly competitive?
You know, it can be, but things like this, I mean, you don't even think about that anymore. It goes out the window. And so it was really nice. They all brought their own beers to Brew Day, so we all got to like hang out and try their beers. But
that's cool.
So Scars Are Beautiful is a beer for patients who have gone through double mastectomies, through breast cancer, or high-risk patients like myself. March 16th of last year, I was diagnosed with BRCA2, which a lot of people don't know what BRCA2 is. It's a breast cancer gene. So I had a 90% risk factor for breast cancer, 84% risk factor for ovarian cancer, and then 56% risk for pancreatic cancer. So my doctor said that there was no option really to go through except a double mastectomy. So at the age of 27 on May 28th, which is coming up, I went through my double mastectomy to flat. I didn't do reconstruction. And then November 11th, I went back in for surgery just to clean up some areas that were a little left behind. But yeah, so this is just the beauty of your scars. Scars Are Beautiful is meant to be. There's struggles. It's tough. It's hard. But you can love yourself again. And the process is long, but it's there. Your scars are beautiful. You're beautiful. And I just want everyone to know that. So.
Oh man. Amen. That's
awesome.
That is awesome. You are, you're a badass. That is crazy. And I love that you are turning something that was a huge challenge, a huge hurdle in your life, and making it into something that's empowering for other people and just shining a spotlight on it. I mean, do you mind if I ask how you were diagnosed with that?
Yeah, so my sister in November, well, we had just moved in October.
Right.
And then in November, I got a call from my sister, and she goes, I just went to the doctor, and they said that I should do this test, and the test just came back positive. And I'm like, okay, well, what is it? She said BRCA2, and I'm like, I have no idea what that means. Like, what is that? And I looked it up, and that's when I just started, like, spiraling, because then you look up one thing, and you're like, wait, what? Like, does this mean that this is going to happen? And so I decided in February to finally go get tested because I was just so nervous.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't
paralyzing.
do this. Yeah. Like, can I do this? Can I live with this diagnosis? And so so if you get it from you have to get it from a parent.
Okay.
So it came from my dad, which came from his mom. And
wow, how odd too that it came from your dad. You wouldn't.
It's very it's rare to get it from a dad.
Right.
Which is, of course.
You're like, thanks, Dad.
Thank you. And so my grandma had breast and ovarian cancer twice.
Oh my gosh.
At the same time, both times. The second time she sadly passed away. So that's kind of why they were like, okay, we need to do something about this. So I finally went and got tested in February. And they said, it's going to take a couple weeks. And I found out March 16th. I got the call.
Oh my gosh.
And it was the day before I was going back home to California. And so I was like, oh, great.
Oh my gosh.
So now I got to break this news to everyone. But you know, it's been tough. It's been hard, but I think I really found my self-love and my voice through all this. And so I'm like really empowered through my journey, and I didn't have that voice or that self-love before, and now I have it even more after this.
Really?
So it's like one thing I can take away from this journey is that, you know, I'm fighting not so much for my life all the time, but I'm fighting for other women to feel the same.
I think I love that. I think that is so cool. And it's things like that don't get the attention that I think they deserve, or, you know, I think they do, like individuals that it happens to, of course they're advocating and they're talking about it, but to put a spotlight on it, to put it in a beer and to combine your passions. I mean, what a cool concept.
Yeah.
and very, very cool. And to get 22 breweries full of all their people and all their customers, I mean, it's giving me goosebumps.
And the awareness that comes from 22 breweries being involved is amazing.
Yes, it is incredible. So, wow, that would be tough. We had, her name was Gila Pfeffer on our podcast, and she actually, I don't want to say it's BREWtiful, but a gene similar, and she went through something not similar. I think she had it. They went in to take it out beforehand, and they found some in there. Yeah. And so it was crazy. And her story was so inspiring too.
My story is kind of similar, where right before my surgery, we did an MRI with contrast, and they found a lump in my left inner chest wall. And they're like, well, we can't get to it right now, and we're having surgery next week, so we're just going to wait to do a biopsy. Well, it turns out it was precancer. So it was like about to evolve into stage 0. And so I got really lucky, and I don't really tell like a whole lot of people about that story, but I literally beat cancer before it beat me, basically.
I beat
getting cancer before it got to me. Yeah. So, but we're taking this beer actually nationwide in September.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, how are you? Well, we can talk about that. But that is so cool. Oh my gosh.
Yep. So wow. We have about 14 states already committed.
Amazing.
And so we're really excited about that future for Scars Are Beautiful.
Did you say you're doing it in September?
Yes.
And then October is Awareness Month, right?
Yeah. So we're having it being released. It'll be, yeah. So
I love it.
Yeah. So I'm working hard and calling about 50 breweries a day, just trying to get them on board. But
how cool for you to be making that call too, you know?
Oh yeah. It's empowering.
That has to be very empowering.
Yeah.
And I love it. I love it. So, okay, the beer is coming out, and talk about the 5K a little bit as well.
Yeah. So Fighting Through Kinship is a 5K that I came to Zach and several other people because during my recovery, I was trying to find a breast cancer run or a walk, and I couldn't find anything. And I noticed that Susan G. Komen had pulled out the year prior.
Oh.
And so that they're no longer in Iowa. They're technically in the Quad Cities.
I did one because my grandma had breast cancer. I did it in Cedar Rapids, but that was years and years ago. So I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so they pulled out, and I just was like, can we do something next year? And Zach's like, let's do it now. Let's do it this year. So we started planning in July. The run was October 10th. We raised $30,000, had 29 sponsors, and we had almost 600 registrants in our first year in 3 months. So it was crazy, but it gave me something to do during my recovery, and it just kind of made me feel better. And then this year, we're on track for $75,000 to $100,000 raised.
Oh my gosh.
And 900 registrants, hopefully, or above. And we're looking at about 40 to 50 sponsors.
Wow. And when is the race?
October 2nd. So it's a Sunday. It starts at 9 a.m. We just came out with some merch too.
Nice.
For the 5K for pre-orders. And then also June 4th, we're doing a breast cancer night with the Iowa Cubs.
June 4th. So like in a few weeks.
Yeah.
That's just the night that you're having, and talk about that a little bit.
Yeah. So I called Iowa Cubs and I said, hey, can we do a breast cancer night? Cause I know that they used to partner with Susan G. Komen or someone else. And, they were like, yeah, let's do it. We'll do a Fighting Through Kinship night. And so they gave us, so next year we were able to do merchandise through their company. But this year we decided to do merch for ourselves with the Iowa Cubs logo that we got permission for. So we're doing that and selling those shirts. And then all of that will go to the 5K. So the Iowa Cubs will donate half of the proceeds of the tickets back to us for the 5K for our partners.
How freaking cool. I mean, I don't like necessarily to use the everything happens for a reason phrase. I think that's, it's not that I don't, but it's just kind of like when bad things happen, I don't want someone to look at me and say, these things happen for a reason. When I'm like, I am in pain. But just the serendipity of all of this coming together, it is wild.
It is.
Do you ever just like, I don't know. I'm speechless, as you can tell.
I don't sleep.
I'm sure you don't.
I'm just kidding.
You probably don't. Your brain's probably just like, whoa.
Oh, I'm like Zach and I text each other all the time. Like our minds are just running. And like sometimes he's like, oh yeah, I have this idea. And then I'm like, oh, I have this idea. And we can't even wait to like meet each other in person to talk about it because we're just so excited. Two visionaries in one building.
Oh my gosh. That's a recipe for
wild.
Yeah, you need a beer called Visionary, and it's just like explodes when you open it.
Plus, I have my 2 weddings at the end of the year. So I'm like,
Are you doing one here and one there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You probably
Let's just add 2 weddings on it.
And I bet they're going to be themed and creative. And
well, hopefully.
Oh my gosh. So you just got engaged. When are you getting married?
November 19th in California. And then I get married at Kinship December 11th.
No way.
Yeah.
I love that.
I do too. Can we come?
Yeah, totally. It's open bar. You'll have your baby by then. So.
Yeah, that's right. Mama will have the baby in one hand and a beer in the other. Oh, how cool is that? How cool is that? So yeah, what's coming up at the brewery? What are you excited about?
You spoke about phase 2. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so hopefully Zach doesn't kill me. No, I'm just kidding. Phase 2 is going to be a food hall outside. So we have this big green space outside near the dog park. And so it's going to be a food hall with like a rooftop bar. So that was like the idea is that we would have multiple food concepts in this hall. So, I know he's still working on the plans and stuff like that. But yeah, we're working on a kitchen outside right now, and then eventually that will kind of turn into possibly the beer hall that's going to go out in the field. So
gotcha.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure you want to be involved with. You're a visionary spirit. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do? Like, how do you want your legacy to kind of play a part in Kinship? I feel like you've been there from the very beginning. You've been there since the garage days.
I have.
That's pretty big.
Well, we are talking about Fighting Through Kinship being its own organization.
Oh, wow.
So I would be the president of that. So those are my goals, whether it's 3 years or 5 years away. But so I would be the president. We're going to make the Scars Are Beautiful an annual thing with any breweries that do want to participate. So that's exciting too. So I have a lot on my plate. But all good things.
Yeah.
And my plate is full of veggies, veggies and meat. The good stuff.
Don't forget the meat. Sorry to all of our vegan listeners.
Oh yeah, so sorry. You can have Impossible meat. There you go.
Ew. Gross. I'm sorry. I don't know what's in that.
I don't know either.
Oh my gosh. Erin, I feel like I'd love to see you do a taste test with.
Let's do it.
No, just you.
Oh, you don't want to do it?
Oh no, I don't. I don't want to do it. Oh my goodness. So let's talk about your transplant to Iowa really quick. So now you're here. What are you doing? Like what
has anything surprised you, or what's the biggest differences?
Why is gas station food so popular?
Okay.
What is
Small town Mackenzie? Take her away.
I mean, I don't know. From the pizza. So, okay. What kind? Pizza? I could pivot. I could go 100 different ways right now.
The pizza thing. I mean, it's just like, we're so excited for pizza.
Yeah.
Where's good pizza? And then they're like, Casey's. And I'm like, the gas station?
One on every corner.
Famous for pizza. That's
or
what they say.
I was like, oh, where's good Mexican food? And they're like, Pancheros. And I'm like,
oh no,
what?
Who's saying that?
Oh, a lot of people.
No, get out of here.
I was calling it Pancheros, and they're like, it's not pan, it's pawn. I'm like, okay.
Oh, well, maybe they're right about that.
They led you astray there.
They're not right about it being good. I mean, there's so many options for authentic food around here. Mm-hmm. I mean, I have to say the pizza thing. Yeah, small town. If you wanted pizza, where I was from, you'd go to Casey's. Or have you had the pleasure of experiencing a pizza ranch yet?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Buffet.
They're back, baby. Buffets are back. Buffets came back before masks went away. So I don't really know.
That's a good. I will say, you know, it's really nice to have mashed potatoes and pizza in the same sitting.
Of course.
Only in Iowa.
And the salad and the cactus bread.
It was interesting. I wouldn't say it was my favorite experience.
Pizza Ranch?
Yeah.
No,
but,
no.
It's
No
kind of
offense.
expensive too.
Is it? I haven't been
feel
in
like
forever.
I don't think I've been in years.
Oh, man. What's your favorite pizza joint, like gas station food?
Gas station breakfast pizza from Casey's.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bacon
I
or
had a
sausage.
bad addiction to that for a while.
Oh, me too. And it showed, honey.
I know. I'm paying for it now.
Whatever. Miss CrossFit could lift this building above your head. Yeah. Have you tried the breakfast pizza?
No.
You
don't,
haven't?
okay, don't
No.
do it then. Don't
Don't?
even open that can of worms.
No, you have to. You have to.
Why? I'm
Oh,
scared.
shit.
So
No,
good.
it is good.
Wait, do you not like Casey's pizza?
No, I think it's fine.
Okay.
It's just, yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been sitting there all day.
Oh, off the...
Yeah. You know, it's like those hot dogs that you get at a gas station that you're trying to run really quick and they're just rolling on that.
We talked about that. There's some sort of like novelty or something in a roller dog that you just have to look past the fact that,
fact
they
that
probably put it on there at 8 o'clock this
They have a
morning.
timer.
Yeah, probably. And she
Okay.
probably just smoked cigarettes and just put it right on.
Yeah,
You know?
probably. I used to work at a Come and Go.
I used to work at a gas station as
Which
well.
one? Name drop.
Hy-Vee.
You did.
I feel like that's like the classy gas station though.
Yeah, that doesn't feel
Not
like
in
a
my
gas
hometown.
station.
No, it is.
Really? Our
Yeah.
Come and Go is not even there anymore. It was replaced by a, wait for it, Casey's.
Oh.
Casey's came through and they cleaned house. So, yeah.
Also, Come and Go is just the worst name.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Were you like, this is a joke?
Yeah, no, I was, because we built our house in Grimes and there's a Come and Go right there. And I'm like, what is that? Like,
Yeah.
what are we building around? So, yeah, then I realized it's a gas station. I was like, oh, I get it. They're coming, you know, and going.
And they're an
Try
Iowa
being
company, right?
16-year-old girl working there and having to tell your friends, like, I work at Come and Go. And the jokes from my classmates that came from that, let's just say, not so savory.
No. And the way it's spelled, it's just like, I see what you're doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're one letter away from a lawsuit, honey.
And their Instagram plays on that.
They do an excellent job.
They do.
They lean into that on their social media. I
cracks
have
me
to
up.
say, there for a while, I don't know why I was trying to be a crotchety old lady, but I was like, oh, gee. But now I'm like, okay, it's pretty funny. It's
I
pretty
haven't
funny.
looked at their social media, but
Oh.
I will
check
now.
it out.
Uh-huh.
I need to check
worth
it out. Oh, okay.
Okay, so besides gas station food,
Yes.
what else?
I don't know.
What was the
That's a good
biggest
question.
surprise to you coming here? I mean, you probably came in with some preconceived ideas of what Iowa was going to be. Maybe you didn't. Maybe you're just an angel and you were like,
I'm going to love it no matter what.
yeah.
Well, you know, we do live in Grimes, which is a small community, so that was an adjustment before we got like the Hy-Vee and all that. But otherwise, like, there's nothing been like too shocking. It's really just that there's no hills. Like, it's just flat.
Yeah. Around here, probably where you grow up, Keokuk is probably pretty hilly, isn't it?
No.
Oh, it isn't?
I think it's the other side of the state where the lowest hills are.
We're kind of hilly and
You are?
a little bit. Yeah, like where I'm moving back to a very small area and out in the country, and it is like nuts hills. But
Okay.
up in Northwest Iowa, where my husband's from, it is flat. Like you can see, I feel like for miles.
Yeah.
Which part of California? We didn't even ask you that.
San Diego.
Beautiful. So like
Oh.
San Diego.
Yeah.
So how do you even? Is it just like quiet all the time?
Oh, it's so nice. It's so nice. Like, nothing is like too expensive, or you go and get a coffee and it's not $8.
Yeah,
You
but,
know, or
but
a
you have to miss.
drink.
What do you miss
Oh.
the most?
I'm a huge Disneyland nerd.
Really?
I was a pass holder for probably 26 years.
No.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
What's your favorite like experience within the parks?
Eating. I love to eat.
Okay.
Yeah. Or drinking.
Like alcohol?
Yeah. Well, it's only in California Adventure, but yeah.
I think of Disneyland. I don't know. I guess I just didn't.
I've only been to Disney
Yeah.
World. Not
Oh,
Miles.
so have I.
Yeah. But you have great food. You have like a chef at Kinship, right?
Oh yeah, he's amazing.
Let's talk about that.
His name's Jake. He came from a restaurant. Don't ask me where. But he used to own a restaurant, and I don't know exactly what happened, but he is really talented and just knows what he's doing and how to create, special things, not just so like, oh, here's a burger and fries, So he has a nice concept where it's not overly classy, but it's not bar food. So yeah, we're really lucky, and he changes out the menu. I actually did photos today for the new food that's coming out. But yeah, it's just all over good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't go wrong.
I love the Kinship brand. We've been able to talk to you guys recently, and it's just it was not just I thought of this one day and I'm going to do it. There's been so much thought put into the brand and everything you do, and the labels, and I mean, is there something special on the bottom? Not this one.
We can it on Monday, so it will.
Oh, it will.
Yeah.
Okay. What can you?
I don't know.
What's it gonna say?
I know everyone keeps asking me. I don't know yet.
I don't know. And it's you get to choose, right?
Yeah.
You have to put your name on the bottom. You have to.
My name's right there though, and my signature.
I'd put it on the bottom too.
Your signature is there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, so it has like a little blip of my story.
How about you read it really quick into the mic?
So it says, I'm from California, so bring this West Coast IPA reminds me of where I grew up. My scars represent beauty, change, and continued growth. I've had a double mastectomy twice, and it has been a journey and a path to self-love. I am so darn proud of how far I've come. Let's normalize scars. Let's celebrate body changes.
I'm not about to cry, so we're fine. We're fine here. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That is really cool. That is that is a legacy all on its own. Like, not a lot of people have this.
Do you ever look back to the day you found out and how much has happened and the growth and the journey?
Like I'm coming up on my 1 year on May 28th, and I can't believe it's only been a year. Sometimes I'm like, this feels like an eternity. But at the same time, like, look how much I've done and how much the brewery has done in that year. I mean, it's insane. Like, we haven't even been technically a full year would be July since we started planning the 5K. So it hasn't even been a full year, and now we're about to go nationwide with this beer. So yeah, it's just, sometimes I have to pinch myself because a lot of people don't get this opportunity to have that voice at their brewery or have the creative mindset to do this. So I'm very lucky that Zach is just completely on board and lets me, take the reins.
Yeah,
so
very cool.
I just think it's amazing, like, what you can do when you find your space, how much you can accomplish in a year. And
oh yeah, I mean, it's mind-blowing, honestly. Sometimes I'm like, wait, how did I get here?
I'm where? I'm in Iowa. Waukee, Iowa.
Yeah.
Is that on the
eating
map?
Casey's pizza.
Eating Casey's pizza. I challenge you this weekend
to eat breakfast pizza.
Breakfast pizza. And I hate to say that because is the farmer's market just opening this weekend?
Yeah.
So I want you to go there, obviously, because it's amazing. But I do want you to have that breakfast pizza.
Okay.
Bacon, not sausage.
I don't like sausage, so.
Perfect. How do you feel about bacon?
I love bacon.
Me too.
You fit right in Iowa.
That's right. Yeah. Wow. Jess, thanks for coming on and sharing your story. What an incredible story. Oh my gosh.
Thank you. No, thank you for having me. This is a great opportunity, and I'm glad I could be here.
Yeah. Erin, thanks for bringing her on. And where can people find you? Where can people find out more about the brewery, the beer, the 5K, kind of just?
Yeah, so if you go to kinshipbeer.com, that's our website. You can find everything on there. You can find our menu, our beer menu. You can find the 5K. You can find my story on there. And we also have our merch that just leaked out today. So
today?
So for the Iowa Cubs and for the 5K.
Perfect.
So you can find that all there. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you.
Any
last words, Erin?
No, I just appreciate you sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thank you guys.
Awesome. All right. Bye.
Bye.